Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices, secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
It's been almost a decade since we've been to the city, so they had not completed the memorial. There were still sections that were being built when we were here last time, so we got to see a bunch of new stuff that we had not seen before.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 recommended if you come up this way to visit and look at, and it's very worth it.
It's very somber, but especially for those folks that are around our age that actually remember it. I was in high school. I was a senior in high school when that happened, and so I certainly remember all the details and what the day was like, and even some of the artifacts and things that they found. Bring back memories of childhood, like the old telephones and things like that. It was really fascinating to see all that, and of course a horrible tragedy in our country, but
they had vehicles in there, fire trucks, ambulances, some of the places you could record and video, and there's a huge hunk of it, most of it you could not.
And to your point, it's a memorial and it should be treated that way. And I'm just amazed at the artifacts that they were able to preserve from the site in the midst of all of that tragedy and chaos. It's great that future generations will be able to kind of live that history and be able to understand what happened.
Like Matt said, we were walking through there, remembering where we were. And I was in high school. I flashbulb memory every moment of that day.
Yeah.
I knew something was happening that was important, so I went home and put my VHS in and hit record.
This time Matt saw a sign for the Flight 93 memorial, so we are going to be stopping there today to check that out and just kind of see the site where the plane went down.
Flight 93 was a United Airlines flight. It was one of the 4 that were hijacked on September 11th, 2001. However, it would not reach the destination intended for it by the terrorists. We know for certain it was headed to Washington, D.C. We believe most likely their target was that of our government, and most likely they were trying to target our Capitol, where our senators, our Congress representatives are, and where they work. But it will not reach that destination, and that is due to the actions of the 40 passengers and crew of Flight 93. Pilots, there's a captain, a first officer, 5 flight attendants, and 33 passengers, most of them complete strangers on that morning. After the hijacking, they'll make phone calls to their loved ones. Their loved ones will share with them about the other attack sites in New York and in Washington, D.C. And from that information, they will be called into action. They will decide collectively to rise up and to fight back against the terrorists and hopefully take back control of the aircraft. They will enact this plan as the plane is here in western Pennsylvania, approximately 25 minutes flying time from its intended destination in Washington, D.C. They'll struggle with the terrorists for approximately 6 minutes, and during that struggle, the plane will take a sharp right turn. That turn will cause the plane to invert, go down in a rapid descent, and will impact about half a mile to our south at the Memorial Plaza, where that sandstone boulder marks it today, going approximately 563 miles per hour.
When that plane comes over this hill, it's about between 1,100 and 1,300 feet above that notch in the wall and the black walkway, traveling 563 miles an hour and almost completely upside down. That inversion caused it to make a very sudden final dive. It will travel over the white wall of names behind me and come down about a 42-degree angle just in front of where that 17-ton sandstone boulder sits today. Part of the plane will explode out into the hemlock trees, knocking down about 100 in the process. The majority of the plane will drive itself down in the soft, reclaimed strip mining soil here.
I think one of the more miraculous things to me was that there was an elementary school in session close by, and if they had turned the steering wheel for the plane just a couple of feet to the left or the right with the speed they were going, they could have impacted the school, they could have hit the city, but somehow, in a miracle, they hit an open field where no one was around.
Yeah, there was literally just kind of like a junkyard that, and a scrap metal yard that was the only thing that was anywhere in the field where the plane went down.
If you have been to this particular memorial, leave your thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about it, how it impacted you, and if you haven't been and you're up that way, definitely go.